Good evening. This presentation is a presentation on performance-based pay, which is simply just a financial reward system for employees where they're compensated with money depending on how hard they work for a specific project. Performance-based pay can be used in a business context, specifically for an individual, a team, or the whole company, just in a specific time frame for a specific project. A few pros for performance-based pay is it can motivate less committed employees. If your employee is not as loyal to your company, it can motivate them to get work done, work harder. It is also a solution for a temporary project where an employee can see it as a bonus. If they get this work done sooner, they'll get more pay. It also rewards employees for hard work. If they work harder, if they get the job done quicker, they'll get extra pay. In the front end, clear expectations offer employees additional income. So that is a specific problem that you may run into implementing this, but if you do it efficiently, communicate efficiently on the front end, it can pay off on the back end. What your expectations are for the project, what you expect your employees to do for the project. So moving on, a few cons to performance-based pay is long-term implementation does not work very well for this implementation. A year or 2 years to implement this, employees just think of it as a regular paycheck. They don't see the, ooh, I got extra money this week. They just see it as a regular paycheck. They don't get any incentives out of it. Also, if you have committed employees, very loyal to your company, they can kind of find it disrespectful in that they're committed to deadlines. They don't need extra incentives to necessarily get the job done. Objective reviews on performance may not always seem fair. That's the communication part. If communication isn't clearly presented on the front end and a review is given and they're not understanding the communication on the front end, they might not also understand on the back end the review of their work. And again, employees might get confused on what they're expected, what is expected out of them, and it can just really cause some problems in your business. It also does not include unforeseen problems that may arise. For instance, if you're a construction company and you're laying 2,000 yards of pipe in 1 week and your materials don't get delivered, your backhoe breaks down, that can cause some problems that don't necessarily affect the employee that is doing it, but they don't get paid because unforeseen circumstances have happened. Some questions you should consider when you're trying to implement performance-based pay: how long will the project be implemented? Like I said earlier, a year or 2 years will not work for this type of performance-based pay. It's just too long. Why is the project being implemented? What is the point of it? This will just help clearly communicate to your employees what needs to be done. Also, going back to the review, so it's an objective review, you need to tell your employees what they're being evaluated on, how they're being evaluated. And then also for managers, it's important to know how many employees will get increased pay. Will the increased pay actually help the company? And how long can the company sustain the increase? And then furthermore, with the employees increasing their pay, how much should they be increased? How much should the pay be increased? And for how long? How long will that keep them incentivized to actually work very hard? A couple uses, going back to the construction-based, if there's a time limit on your job and you're coming to the end of the close of the job and you need pipe laid quickly, you can implement this. Finish this 200 yards of pipe and we'll give you some extra cash. And also in the same way, getting a new job started. If you're kind of behind on jobs and someone wants their job started quickly, you can send over a crew, get the job started, and increase their pay. But it's a very slippery slope, something that you definitely need to look into to make sure it's something that your business can handle.